Yo, what is going on, guys? In today's video, I bought a Stranger's $3,000 Airsoft collection, and it's all in this one box. Without further ado, let's jump in and start unboxing.
This box is absolutely massive, and I could barely even lift this thing. This is crazy how many actual Airsoft guns are going to be in this box. I cannot wait to open this. Without further ado, let's go ahead and open this guy and see what we got. I don't think there's a perfect way to do this, so we'll start on this side. So from what I know, I think there's like 5-ish Airsoft guns in here. So there's quite a bit to go through in today's video. And obviously we're going to be doing a full chronograph and shooting test for each Airsoft gun just to test it out. Woo! Right. Ooh, got lots of fun stuff in here. This is a very long boy. Let's go with this one first. Woo! All right, so here is our first Airsoft gun actually in the package. We'll put that to the side, and it looks like we have a whole bunch of little small stuff in these two. So without further ado, let's go ahead and see what we got for the small stuff. I'm actually not sure if there's going to be an Airsoft gun in one of these or if it's just like attachments. All right, so let's start with this guy. So we got a whole bunch of little small boxes right here. We'll start with this guy, and then we'll check out what we got. So in the first one, oh, okay, it looks like we have a little fake PQ box. All right, but next thing looks like we got this little package. Let's check it out. This is a little bit longer one. Not sure what we got in here. Oh, looks like we got a sniper scope. Oh, nice. This guy looks like it was painted pretty cool. So it has like a little camo in there. Definitely a little dirty, but not too bad. That means we probably got some form of a DMR or sniper in this video. So that might be coming up next. This actually might be for what is in this guy because it's such a long, like, you know, like wrapped up Airsoft gun. So I'm not actually sure what's in here, but just from how long it is, it might have to do with this scope right here. So we'll put that to the side, and we have, looks like we have two more. Ooh, all right. Looks like we have a flashlight in here. Okay, pretty cool. Looks like it goes on a Picatinny mount rail right there, and I'm not sure if this one is good. It looks like this guy needs some form of a little plug to go in there to actually use a pressure switch to actually have this guy function, but besides that, it looks pretty nice. I'm not sure if this guy is super good or not, but yeah, it doesn't have any branding in there, but yeah, it looks like a pretty nice flashlight. On to the next thing. Looks like we have a Tokyo Murui, like, you know, fake imitation silencer, so pretty cool. From that first box, this is everything we got. Not too bad. Let's go on to this next one. Holy. Looks like we got lots of fun stuff in here. All right, so I think these are all just different types of Airsoft magazines. So instead of actually spoiling what they actually are, I'll actually unbox these with the actual Airsoft gun that it goes with, you know, later in the video. So we'll actually put these to the side for now, and I'll go ahead and unbox our first Airsoft gun. All right, and this guy is the first one up. It is a very skinny long boy, so let's unbox this and see what we got. Really do like this packaging with this. Very secure for each Airsoft gun, it seems like. So all the stuff was definitely very protected. Ooh, looks like we got some kind of sniper maybe. Let's check it out. I'm not sure if it's a nice sniper or we'll see what we got. This is the Tokyo Murui VSR-10 Airsoft Sniper Rifle. And this thing is a bolt action sniper rifle, and it's made by Tokyo Murui, so it is a very nice out of the box. Definitely has a nice weight to it. It's not overly heavy and it's not overly light. Definitely got some like little battle scars, but according to the owner, some of the Airsoft guns are brand new relatively and haven't been fielded, and some of them are just been, you know, used for backyard shooting and stuff like that. Some of the Airsoft guns in the video have been fielded. Some of them are relatively brand new. I think he said this one was relatively brand new, so it does have some battle scars on the stock, but I don't think this was fielded though, so hopefully it is taken care of pretty well and is relatively brand new. Like I said, this is a bolt action that has a fire and a safe mode, so there is the safe mode and then there is the fire mode right there. It does actually come with some rail on the top right there, which is very nice, so we can actually throw on our sniper scope, which is pretty cool. It's got two little sling points right there. There is one, and there is the second one right there. And then this is the magazine right here, so all you have to do is actually press this button with obviously gravity on your side, so it has to be upright like that, and then you just take the magazine out with these little two engroovings on the side of the Airsoft gun, and there is the actual magazine right here. So pretty interesting little plastic Airsoft magazine, and then you just load it up with a speed loader right there, and you just plug it back in, and that is simple as that. There is the adjustable hop up right there, so the more you put this little dial backward, it gives it more hop, and if you put the little lever forward, that actually makes it have less hops. So it's really nice to have such easy access to the hop up right here on the front. So this guy is pretty easy to cock back. All you have to do is take the bolt, put it upward, and then cock it back. Pretty easy. The trigger is very linear and very smooth. And the bolt itself is very easy to cock back, very beginner friendly. This Airsoft bolt is definitely on the little bit lighter side, but it's not too light where it feels cheap, and it's not super heavy where it feels like it's like, you know, unnecessarily like annoying when we're trying to pull it back. It is a nice little weight to it. I believe just with the Airsoft gun itself, this is like about a $220 Airsoft gun, so definitely the cheapest one of the video. But without further ado, guys, let's go ahead and put this guy through the chronograph to see the FPS, and then do a shooting test to see how accurate this guy is out of the box. All right, let's see what this VSR-10 is shooting at. We'll be doing 3 test shots per Airsoft gun and check out the FPS. First shot is 307.6 FPS with 0.88 joules. Second shot is 308.3 FPS with 0.88 joules again, so pretty consistent on the joules and FPS so far. One last shot, let's see what we're shooting at. Third shot is 309 FPS with 0.89 joules, so very, very consistent FPS and joules for this guy, not bad starting out. Let's do one test shot on the target. Very nice. So I just threw the scope on there. It's already pretty adjusted to where the scope is. So that's a pretty nice bonus. All right, so we got our electronic target all set up. It's going to record the next 10 shots. So we'll actually get to see the accuracy and precision with this VSR-10. But usually I start the first test off at about 50 feet. But this is a sniper rifle after all. So let's go to 80 feet and see how this guy does. Nice. All right, yeah, not too bad. So for that test, I was actually standing up, so obviously the airsoft gun was a little shaky, and obviously the scope isn't, you know, perfectly in line with where the BBs are going, but it's pretty damn close. But with some shaky hands and not a very sighted in scope, we have a very good result right here. We have a group of 3 down here, a group of 2 up here, and then we have a very nice group of 5 on the center of the target. Very nice for a sniper rifle. All right, so up next we have this guy. I have no idea what this is, but let's go ahead and check it out. What do we have in here? Unpacking these guys is definitely a workout. Let's see what we got. I'm glad they were, ooh, wow, that's a not bad sign. That is a not bad sign. That means money, people. Ooh, what do we got? Oh, well, we got a little sling here. Let's actually unattach that real quick. Ooh, what do we got in here? All right, this guy is crazy. Okay, a little dusty here, but not too bad. It looks like it is a Krytac LVOA, which is a very nice airsoft gun. I think straight from the factory, these are like $450, so a very nice airsoft gun. Looks like we did indeed get the gray model, so it has this like little nice gray kind of paint on the like, you know, receiver and the actual rail system itself. But as far as the backside, it looks like we have a nice black Krytac stock. It does have a nice like black grip right here as well. Might be PTS. I'm not 100% sure if this comes with the airsoft gun or if that is just aftermarket. It does look like it was included with a nice little C grip. It does have some like chipping on the actual rail. Obviously the paint is kind of taken off of the fire select. You know, just a little bit of you know, battle love, if you will, over the days. You know, a little bit of scraping on the actual rail system as well on the top, but nothing crazy bad. Obviously everything is there and is not too bad. I would say this is definitely a very well used airsoft gun, but it's not in terrible shape by any means. And if you know airsoft guns, you know that there is something odd going down right here. This is a HPA line, and the actual engine in here is a Polestar jack engine, and I think those retail for about $300 or $350, give or take. So this guy is a very nice, like about $700-800 airsoft build. Obviously these things are very nice out of the gate. There's like basically no creaking and rattling for the actual body itself. It is very well put together. Everything feels super solid. Nothing is unnecessarily moving around with this guy. It has a very nice external platform with the Krytac War Sport, and this thing will shoot amazing with that Polestar jack as well. So I cannot wait to actually shoot this guy. There is a little rotary hop up right there. You could adjust this guy down or up to have the hop go up or down. All right, first shot. Looks like we got 416.3 FPS with 1.61 joules. Second shot is 414.9 FPS with 1.6 joules. Last shot is 413.6 FPS with 1.59 joules. Now let's do the RPS. Damn, all right, so the RPS is 24.8 rounds per second. Very nice. All right, no iron sights. Let's give this a shot. Nice, damn. All right, so no iron sights, not a problem, basically. We got a super nice grouping on the target right there. So now let's go back another 30 feet and test this guy out at 80 feet. All right, I know I could probably shoot way better with this guy with a proper like scope or a dot sight or iron sights even, but yeah, just eyeballing this guy, yeah, definitely super nice little grouping right there on the target. Obviously these three kind of were just like me testing out or even like shaking the gun a little bit too much, but right when I found out where this guy shot, yeah, I definitely hit a lot of them in that little sweet spot right there. I know this guy can shoot a lot farther with 80 feet, but I just want to show you guys the precision of this guy real quick. It's pretty amazing. All right, now let's see how fast this guy shoots on semi-automatic. Damn, boy. Yeah, pretty good, pretty good. All right, we got a full mag. Let's see how fast this guy runs out. Damn, boy. Yeah, this guy's semi-automatic and full auto is definitely insane. All right, so the next we have up next is a medium-sized one. Ooh, 416. Okay, we got something good in here. Let's go. All right, not too shabby. It looks like we have an H&K VFC 416. I think these guys are like $400 or $500. It's pretty insane for this guy. And the previous owner mentioned that this guy does come with a gate tighten and a nice little trigger right there. So very cool. And he did mention this guy does come included with a really nice barrel and hop up. So all those really cool additions will probably make this guy shoot very nice out of the box. Looks like he did include some nice little rail covers and a really cool grip down here as well. Not my favorite grip by any means, but this guy does actually kind of weirdly work with the 416 body type. So yeah, definitely not a bad choice for grip with this guy. It does come with a PTS stock as well. So obviously you'll see that it's not the traditional 416 stock. We do see there is lots of, battle scars, if you will, with this guy on the actual buffer tube. So yeah, definitely been beat up right there. But the actual body itself does have some little paint missing and some scratches here and there. And it's obviously really dusty, but other than that, this guy isn't in too bad of shape. This guy does come with a little built-in front iron sight right there, so that's kind of cool. It just lays down straight into the body like that, so that's a very cool feature right there. And there is the back iron sight as well, so it actually comes on the actual top of the rail right there, not built into the body like the front one, but nevertheless still pretty cool back iron sight. It does flip up like the front one too, so very nice. Obviously VFC makes extremely nice externals for their guns, so this guy feels very nice and high quality. There's a tiny bit of wobble from the front rail and the actual receiver, but it's like very minimal and you could barely even notice it when you're trying your hardest to like move it back and forth. But other than that, this guy is in very nice shape and feels really good too. So with all these stuff included with this guy, this is probably like a $600 or $700 airsoft gun, so pretty nice. Let's actually go ahead and see if we can find any other accessories within that little pile right there for this guy. And then of course we'll go on to the chronograph and shooting test after that. Let's see what this guy is for. Ooh, looks like we have a little fake silencer too, so that's pretty cool. Very nice little cool design. It's got these little like edges back here, and then obviously these edges up here too, making it look like a pretty cool design. All right, let's see what is in this little package right here. Ooh, nice. Dude, this guy hasn't been using so long. It has like spider webs on it. That is crazy. But it looks like we do have a Lancer Tactical ACOG scope, I think it's called. I'm not 100% sure how to pronounce it, but that is it right there. This is the proper name for it right there. But yeah, instead of actually having a zoomed in function, this guy doesn't have any like magnifying like function whatsoever within this guy. Usually they're like 4x zoom for this type of scope, but this guy seems to be zoomed in not at all. So basically it works as a normal red dot sight. Oh my gosh, dude, I literally just turned this thing on and it literally still works. That's crazy. This battery must have been here for so long. And wow, this guy actually has a green red dot sight and a red dot sight, and it has 5 different brightnesses for each one. So pretty cool actually. I think this would match really nicely with that 416. So without further ado, let's go ahead and pop this guy on the top of the 416 and go to the chronograph and shooting test. All right, first shot is 405.5 FPS with 1.53 joules. So definitely more than I was expecting, not too bad. Second shot is 406.1 FPS with 1.53 joules. Last shot, 397.2 FPS with 1.47 joules. Now let's check out the RPS for this guy. About 14.6 rounds per second. Let's do one more test. That time was about 14 rounds per second. And then last test. Oh, that's not good. Beep, beep. What's going on, my guy? What's going on? That doesn't sound good. What happened, little dude? So I think this guy has a gate Aster, not a gate Titan. I was mistaken. I read the label with the little, battery back there. So I think it's a gate Aster, not a Titan. So a little bit worse, but not too bad. So that weird beeping was that battery actually dying. So we actually have a new battery. The new one is actually nicer too. So I'll tell you guys these specs. So we're getting about 14 rounds per second with that previous battery, which was a 1200 milliamp 25C, and this one is a 3000 milliamp 30C. So it should be shooting a little bit nicer RPS with this guy. So let's go ahead and test it out. Unfortunately for the shooting test, we're gonna have to shoot it with a super bad setup with this like taped battery and the buffer tube, but at least we're still able to shoot this guy. Woo! All right, so now with this battery, it is 21 rounds per second. Let's try a couple more tests. 20.6 rounds per second. And the last test is 20.4 rounds per second. So definitely a nice little upgrade to the performance of this guy with the upgraded battery. So that's a nice little example. If you use a nicer battery, your airsoft gun will shoot a little bit better. Pretty cool. All right, let's see what this guy's got at 50 feet. All right, obviously it had no problem hitting the target at that range and has a very nice little grouping right there. So very precise with this guy. I was actually using the red dot sight, so obviously it's not perfectly sighted in, but as you can see, it's a very little precise grouping right there. Let's go back to 80 feet and see what this guy's got. Obviously, with our new little battery situation back here, I can't use a stock to actually put on my shoulder to, you know, stabilize the actual airsoft gun. So obviously it's a little shaky. And so some of the results are messed up. Obviously we missed the target a few times, but wow, majority of them are sitting very nice on this target. And we got even 3 of them in the yellow right there. So very nice with this guy. Obviously we can get a way better result with this guy for the range, but I'm just kind of showcasing the actual precision of this guy. Obviously it shoots way farther range than that. I figured that that little side profile of the gun actually looks better on camera for you guys. So I just did a little second test just to show you guys, but yeah, still a very nice little result right here. All right, now let's actually showcase how fast this guy's semi-automatic and full auto is. Obviously very nice. I love this trigger too, very unique. And this time we have 100 BBs loaded up, so let's actually go ahead and see how fast this guy gets rid of 100 BBs. Ooh. All right, let's check this guy out. Ooh, what do we have here? Oh, baby. All right, so here is what we got. Not too bad. And this guy actually has some accessories already on it, so pretty sick. So real quick before we go into what is on here, this is the KWA Gas Blowback MP7. Licensed by H&K. This guy is pretty sick. It has a fully gas blowback function when you shoot it. So it's pretty cool. Every time you actually shoot this guy, the bolt will go back like this. I've actually had a few of these in the past, and these guys are very fun. I think the retail on one of these is like $350. I think back in the good old days, I think these were like a lot cheaper, maybe like $100 cheaper. But yeah, nowadays I think these things are like $350, so pretty crazy. So this guy does have some bow scars you could see, but nothing insanely crazy. Definitely doesn't look like it's in terrible shape, but definitely some paint missing and some scars from this guy from like normal use, but definitely nothing too bad though. All right, so first up we have a little PQ box. I think it's fake because this button doesn't do anything, and I think the top of these guys don't have anything, you know, showing through there. These switches and stuff like that work, but they don't feel like they'll actually like click into anything. It actually looks pretty good on this MP7 though. Looks like we also have a holographic sight, so very dusty for this guy, but let's actually see if it works. Oh yes, so it does. Pretty standard holographic sight. I don't think this is like a super nice one by any means, probably like a $50 one if I were to guess. It does actually have a green and red function, so you actually can change the actual color of the reticle, so pretty cool. And obviously you can turn the brightness up and down, and then to turn it off, I think you just press both these sides at the same time if this is the same as the other ones I've had. So yep, that's how you turn it off, so pretty cool. Definitely a nice little like aesthetic for this guy with these 2 different attachments on the top. Plug that in, see if it'll work. Oh yeah, there we go. So as you can see, the flashlight is fully functional as well. So that's awesome. We found out where that flashlight actually goes to, and actually we'll attach that to this side right there. It looks pretty cool as well. And it looks like it does work, so pretty cool. This guy is a very nice little pressure switch and light combo. It looks pretty bright as well, so that's nice. And as far as the rest of this guy does have a little grip that actually comes down like here if you're familiar with MP7s. And this guy does have a fully functional stock as well, so if you actually put this out, you can actually put it all the way to the back length to actually have a full stock, and if you want to run it at a CQB length, you can put this guy all the way down into its collapsed position. This guy does have semi-automatic and full auto as well, so we'll be testing that out in the shooting test coming up very soon. I have one more thing to actually show you guys before we go into the shooting test, so let's go ahead and check that out. All right, so this is a little special package that comes with the MP7 as well, so let's go ahead and unbox this. Ooh, baby. All right, so we got something special right here. This is the Tapped Airsoft MP7 magazine. So they basically took the traditional green gas magazine from these KWA MP7s and they converted it to an HPA one. So instead of this guy actually being powered by green gas or propane or whatever gas you want to use, this now is powered by HPA, as you can see right here. And they actually made it easy for you. Instead of loading the BBs at the top right there, you can actually take an M4 mag and actually plug it up to the bottom of this little box right there. So it makes it a lot more convenient, and you actually now can use M4 magazines instead of having these tiny little MP7 ones. So it actually is a pretty convenient little design. And this guy is not expensive too. This is the price right here. So now that I've showed you guys the really cool magazine this MP7 comes with, let's go ahead and chronograph and shoot this guy. All right, so the first shot is 413.1 FPS with 1.59 joules. Second shot is 412.5 FPS with 1.48 joules. Last shot is 413 with 1.59 joules. Now let's check the RPS out. Looks like the RPS is about 15. All right, so we had a couple weird ones on the top left right there, but that was just because I was getting used to this guy. But wow, the rest of them are actually a very nice little grouping right there on the target. Let's go ahead and jump back to 80 feet with this guy and see what it's got. All right, so obviously at 80 feet, this guy has a little bit more of a struggle. I think it could do a little bit better though. Let's do it one more test at 80 feet. So it looks like our first and last shot were a little weird, and yeah, I think there was one other shot that was kind of funky when I was looking at it when I was shooting, but all the rest of them actually pretty solid little grouping on the target. Definitely way better than I expected with this guy for 80 feet. This guy is a CQB submachine gun after all, but for 80 feet, not too bad for this guy. All right, now let's test out the semi-automatic and full auto from a close range with this guy. Not too shabby. Let's try the full auto. Nice. Obviously, other than this guy being an MP7, my favorite feature about this guy is how it's gas blowback. Check out the blowback. See how you can see the whole gun moving back and forth? Pretty cool. And obviously, when you put this guy on your shoulder, it gives you a nice little recoil sensation. Pretty cool. So let's jump straight into this guy and see what we got. Woo. Ooh. Damn, looks like we got a P90. Okay, sick. Damn, boy. All right, this guy is pretty sick. It looks like we have a Krytac P90. I think these retail for maybe like $450, give or take, so I'm pretty sure that is about the price. I'll put the price on the screen right there. But actually, surprisingly, this is my first time actually holding one and seeing one, so I'm actually kind of excited to see how this guy shoots. The weight is actually pretty good. It's not super heavy. This guy overall feels very high quality. I think this like top part right here where all this stuff is on is actually metal right here, and then the rest of the body is made from a type of plastic, and then obviously the internals are metal. It doesn't feel too heavy, doesn't feel too light. Definitely a nice solid weight for this guy. And if you've never really seen P90s, it's kind of weird how you grip this guy. You put your like back of your hand with your thumb in here, and then you actually have a little spot for your fingers below this little tiny edge right here. And then you actually have a spot for your finger to actually go right there for the trigger, and then you have a little grip right here where you can actually, if you want, put your thumb through here and actually grip it like this. So you still have a little bit of space for actually your finger to pull the trigger. Has some really cool like trades right here. It says like Belgium, like licensed by FN Hersel, pretty cool. Has like a little P90 insignia right there with the actual like real steel rounds right there, so pretty cool. The safety, the semi-automatic, and the full auto actually all in this little switch down here. So right now it's on safety, as you can see. And then you actually take the switch and you put it to the 1 position like that, and then that is semi-automatic. And then if you actually put the switch to the right yet again, it'll go to the A, which is full auto mode. So A for auto. Pretty cool. And it looks like the previous owner included a little flashlight up here, so that's pretty cool. It looks like it works as well, so very nice. And then it looks like he also included a little replica T1 red dot sight, so pretty cool as well. Definitely has a little bit of scuffing on the body itself, but not too bad. Like barely any like paint missing, you know, them scuffing up there and some paint missing throughout the body, but obviously not too bad. I think he said this is one of the ones that was definitely a little bit newer, so you know, I don't think this was fielded or anything like that, so pretty much brand new. Obviously the red dot sight has seen better days, but it looks like it's not too bad. Let's see if it actually works. Oh yeah, it does work. So it looks like he left a battery in there, so that's nice. We'll have the working red dot sight for this guy. I actually didn't notice this before, but you see that little window down there. Actually, if you pull that back, that actually gives you access to the hop up right there, and then you can actually manage the hop up by turning it left or right to actually make the BB go up or down. So really cool little system right there. I actually didn't know the hop up was actually hidden right there. Feels pretty high quality out of the box. Now let's go to these mystery accessory packages right there and see if we can find any cool little magazines for this guy. Judging by the shape, I think it is this guy. Let's go ahead and unbox and see what we got. Yep, I was right. This is one of the magazines for this guy. So obviously if you guys are familiar with the P90, it has a very unique magazine and loading system. So basically with this guy, you get a speed loader and you put the BBs in this little hole right there. But if you are familiar with P90s, you'll know how to load this guy, but I'll demonstrate it right now. It's a pretty unique loading system. Damn, so it looks like we have in total 5 P90 mags, so pretty cool. All right, first shot is 404.5 FPS with 1.52 joules. Second shot, 401.5 FPS with 1.5 joules. And then the last shot, 402.4 FPS with 1.51 joules. So just above 400 FPS. Now let's test the RPS out. And then the battery we're using this guy is a 1000 milliamp 7.4 volt LiPo. Looks like the RPS is about 10.5 rounds per second. All right, so obviously we missed that first shot just trying to see where this guy was going to be shooting, but damn, that is a super solid grouping for 50 feet. Let's jump back another 30 feet and see what this guy's got at 80 feet. All right, there's our results for 80 feet. Definitely not as good as 50 feet, but definitely still very good grouping for 80 feet with this guy, especially for it being a CQB submachine gun. All right, let's see how fast this guy will shoot on semi-automatic. We could definitely upgrade the battery size and make this guy shoot a little bit better, but yeah, not too bad. Obviously nothing crazy. All right, now let's actually turn this guy from semi to full auto and do a full mag and see how this guy's shooting on full auto. The semi-automatic for this guy in the full auto isn't exactly the craziest thing ever, but you know, it's not too bad. A little bonus too, if you guys didn't know this, but for P90s, if you have it in A mode, you can actually pull the trigger slightly and that will activate semi-automatic. But if you hold it down, that'll actually be full auto, so pretty cool. Obviously, if you had a 11.1 volt LiPo instead of a 7.4 volt LiPo and it was bigger and had a better C rating, obviously this guy would shoot a lot faster. See, the semi-automatic and the full auto with a bigger battery can actually be a lot faster with this guy, but it's not too bad out of the box. Is it worth $450? That's for you guys to decide.